today with us Mr. P. Balaji from Nokia India. So just wanted to understand, we are talking about the 4G and LTE ecosystem in place, and a lot of developments have been taken place. How do you see the overall ecosystem developing in India?
So at a very broad level, the fact is that cloud, mobility and broadband are making huge impact on the lives of individuals, businesses and society. It's kind of crept in a manner that we haven't even realized it. On one hand, you look at cloud, it is ubiquitous. It is right now services on cloud are available, demand on the go, business models have evolved which make it very affordable. On the mobility side, devices have come in. Technology is now available at very, very low and affordable prices. So whether it's smartphones or tablets or phablets, all of them are available at pretty affordable range today. And today, devices are now built on chipsets that are increasingly supporting not just 2G but 3G and LTE. So all of this is making the device ecosystem very vibrant, and it therefore means that with mobility on the go, with good broadband speeds, new services and ways of consumptions are coming in for consumers, for businesses to become more productive, and it's also opening new applications for the future, which could include care on wheels, which would include education on the go. And these are kind of services that today are just about catching up with 3G in India, but with 4G LTE it will become even more common and ubiquitous.
So in the morning panel, some of the key operators, they said devices are the critical areas to ensure the 4G success.
Sure.
And if we are not able to produce devices at the cost of as low as $50, the LTE devices, the LTE is not going to be a success. Your thoughts on that, sir?
So I think overall, if I look at it, devices costs are coming down, whether it's 2G or 3G. LTE devices are also, if I look at it first, let's talk about the numbers. At least today, the last report that GSA took out talked about nearly about 1,500 plus devices. Of course, there are smartphones, there are tablets, there are routers and everything else put together in this number. But the fact is that when you have about nearly 200 plus networks rolled out in 100 plus countries, then the scale starts to pick up. And clearly, today the chipsets that are also being coming up are those which are adding at small fractions of cost a 4G kind of capability in terms of band support. So that's the first thing. And clearly, as that starts to happen, OEMs like us, who are obviously engaged with operators on one end and also working with the chipset manufacturers on the other, are able to put our engineering resources to make more affordable LTE devices as well.
Okay. So what are Nokia plans to achieve that kind of?
So without talking about specific products or price points, I think what we are really saying is that from LTE perspective, if you look at 1800, and recently it was wonderful that we had auctions that took place in India. And so 1800 LTE devices overall are available from Nokia already. Now it's about also the requirement for 2300 TD. We are working with operators in India as well as in China and other markets that are supporting TD-LTE networks, that are rolling out small networks and planning to invest more in those networks. And we are also then starting to get our engineering teams to engage with these operators, so that by the time networks are in a big commercial manner rolling out, that we are also in place with our devices. And overall, I think it's a collaboration that has to happen between the operators, the network people, because interworking is very important in this particular domain, the device players like us, and also the content players. There is a lot of content which is available. It's about repurposing it, because now you'll have HD quality devices, you'll have network which can allow streaming of that nature. So I think it's all coming together in a good way.
Okay, so you think that devices prices would come down in future? And
absolutely, that roadmap of devices becoming more affordable is absolutely going on. On 3G, it's already evident. On LTE, it's starting to take place already, because the scale is building up across the world.
sir. And sir, your thoughts on the recent Microsoft Nokia integration and how is it going to impact the overall business for you?
So what we had said, recently, was that we expect that the closure of the deal will take place, in April, so next few days. So that is what we've indicated. Clearly, there are two strong companies with great engineering talent, as well as technological prowess in the hardware, software, and the cloud space. So, in one manner, these two companies, and becoming new Microsoft, as you'd say, is a good sign from the industry as a whole. For one, it's truly going to be beneficial for consumers, and it's going to be hugely beneficial for the operators and for the other players in the industry as a whole.
So it is going to benefit brand Nokia in a.
So if I look at it, I think from an overall perspective, what we've said is that the new Microsoft will obviously have the brand Nokia rights for a significant period of time, and so that allows for continuity of the business and consumer connect. Needless to say, over time it will evolve as the market and the consumer evolve.
Great, sir. Thank you for talking to us, sir.
Thank you very much.
Great,
Absolute
great
pleasure to
have
be
you,
here.
sir. Thank you, sir.